Well, welcome everybody to Ignite Humanity Live. I'm your host, Lady JB Owen, and it's a beautiful day in Bali. I'm so excited to be on location, filming and coming to you from Bali. Yes, we are over here in Indonesia and doing something spectacular. Yes, we're igniting humanity. So blessed. Last week, just a few days ago, we were able to go to Tunjun, Indonesia, Lombok, the island of Lombok, and do our school. It's so exciting. We were able to open our 2-classroom school, the Ignite Possibilities Classroom of Hope and the Ignite Humanity Classroom of Hope. We are taking igniting humanity to the next level. And we were doing that beautifully here in Indonesia by opening up a school for children in a much needed area that was hit by the earthquake in 2017. The children were still in a pop-up school for the last 5 years, not having the facilities that they needed. Over 70 kids per classroom were jammed into one little area. And so we were heartfelt to go to Indonesia to open up the school and to give them a classroom of hope, a place where that they can ignite their lives and ignite possibilities. And it was an absolutely wonderful, life-changing experience. This is the way we ignite humanity, folks, one person at a time. And you too can ignite humanity. We all have an opportunity to ignite the lives of others. And we do it through a ripple effect. And how we do that is by sharing our authentic stories. We love to talk about Ignite moments here on the show because those Ignite moments are in what inspires us to come closer together, to get to know each other a little bit more. You all been following what I've been up to. And so what I love to do is bring on fabulous guests that are also igniting humanity and doing wonderful things. Well, if you want to find out more about what we're up to, go to ignitehumanity.life and see all about our school, all about our training, all about our programs, all about the things that we're doing to ignite humanity, and you can be a part of that. Of course, the big news is we are doing a compilation book where, in fact, we want to break the Guinness Book of World Records, and we want to do the largest compilation book on the planet with as many thought leaders as possible in that book, all talking about ways to ignite humanity. So step right up. You have an opportunity to ignite humanity, and you could join us on that compilation book. All right, well, let's get to it because the universe is so fantastic. We get to meet people all the time. I am so blessed to just feel like the neatest people come into my life and support me. And at the same time, I get to find out what they're up to and what they're doing and really get to be immersed in the impact that they are making. And so just recently on the island of Gili Air, I had the pleasure of meeting this amazing lady. And the universe just makes people walk up and meet each other. And so here she is on the show. Let me tell you a little bit about her. Sharni Quinn is also known as the Shiny Queen. As she's known as let me start over here. Sharni Quinn is known as the Shiny Queen here in Bali, an international wellness consultant, certified life coach, yoga teacher, speaker, author, and retreat facilitator who inspires women to redesign their life by creating more joy, freedom, balance, and inner sunshine. With a passion for yoga, she taught yoga classes since 2007, was the yoga expert for the National Medicine World for 2 years, and launched the Cape Town Yoga Experiences. Founded and successfully sold Follow the Sun, a women's wellness company. After hitting rock bottom and becoming a burnout yogi in 2017, she moved to Bali and radically changed her life. Now she lives a simple life where she can give back and support women worldwide through her one-on-one coaching, retreats, and redesign your life online transformation programs. Wow, I have got to get my mouth working because you could tell I've been on island time, slowing down and enjoying the peace and harmony here in Bali. So excited to meet this wonderful lady. Let's bring her onto the show and find out more. Welcome to Ignite Humanity Live. Happy to have you here.
Thank you, Lady JB. So wonderful to be here. And I love that you've been slowing down as well. So well done.
Yeah, I'm so slow. I'm not even I'm out of practice. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I messed up your bio. Anything I missed there that you wanted everybody to know just in case I got it wrong?
No, all good. I think, we'll be chatting about stuff today anyway. So I've got so many stories to share and it'll definitely come through. But thank you so much for just sharing a little bit about what I do and what I bring to the world. Yeah, I'm very grateful to be here.
Well, thank you so much. And what I love is that, birds of a feather flock together and people meet each other. There's this frequency, there's this magnetic energy. And we met just in a very wonderful opportunity. And I got to find out a little bit about you, share a little bit about what you're up to. What I'd love to know is, what's the passion behind this desire to help women and to give people that sunshine effect? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Definitely. For me, the passion is because I've literally been there. I've been to rock bottom. I know what it feels like to be totally burnt out, to have lost myself in my marriage, my relationships, my work, my career, my businesses, and not have anything left. Feel so depleted, and I literally couldn't even get out of bed. So I don't want other women to be pushing themselves so hard and trying to be superwoman and in the end lose everything. And so I'm really passionate about inspiring women to stress less and to live more and to live a slower life and to really get more in tune with themselves and listen to their intuition. And by doing that, then they can give back more, because we can't give from an empty cup. And if we're so exhausted and depleted, we really don't have much more to give. And so I'm just so passionate about it because I've been through this whole experience myself as well.
I think that now more than ever, women are doing things they've never done in history. The multitude of things: running businesses, running families, caregivers for aging parents, breadwinners for the entire family, entrepreneurs, CEOs, and they're having so many roles and so many aspirations, and of course, so much freedom and potential and possibilities to do so many things, that we do get on this hamster wheel. We do get on this train, this speed train going forward. But it does result in some things that cost us our health or our peace of mind, our mental energy. Do you have some tools maybe that you can share with some of our viewers, and some things that they can do to slow down or to take care of themselves a bit more?
Definitely. And it's just one of the biggest lessons I learned was, as I said, going through this myself. And I've learned that if we don't have our health, we have nothing. So it doesn't matter how much money you have or how big your business is or, what you've created in life. If you don't have your health and you can't even get out of bed in the morning, then we can't even put all this amazing knowledge and wisdom and, into practice, because we literally can't even move. So we need to really be looking after ourselves first. And women don't naturally do that. I feel like as women, we're so busy giving to other people. And it's very, very important to be able to put ourselves first and our self-care and our health first. And one of the biggest tools I learned is really to slow down and to simplify our lives. And as you've just said, women have so many opportunities nowadays. Like my mother didn't even have these opportunities. We can literally do and be whoever we want. And one of my favorite sayings is, we can do anything, but just choose one thing, because we can't do it all. And I love this concept of being able to be this thriving woman and have a family and, create amazing businesses. And we can have that, but we need the balance. And so what I've learned, and this is when I created my own burnout recovery program, went on my own program for myself. I disconnected from the world literally for a year because I needed to really focus on my health. And that's when I moved to Bali. And I've learned so many lessons here in Bali. And the biggest thing is living a simple life. And the Balinese people and the culture is all about that. It's about being humble, being simple, and just living with simplicity. And it's not about having a whole lot of stuff. We were actually just laughing yesterday. I was having a brunch with my friends and we were all just saying, like most of us here only have one pair of shoes because you don't even need shoes. We're running around on the beach most of the time or in the yoga studios. So, and I forget that this isn't the life that so many people out there in the world are living. And so living a simple life, slowing down. My yoga teacher, actually, this was a big lesson that I learned from him. And his message is about slowing down, tuning in, letting go, and waking up. And for me, that is just amazing, because it's about slowing down so that we know, what our bodies need and how much we need to be resting, as well as putting ourselves into action and pushing and striving as well. So it's that balance. we also need to be tuning in with ourselves. How can we tune in to our bodies, to our intuition, really listen to what our bodies have to say because they're so wise? And then waking up, which is waking up to live the life of our dreams, which is, living our purpose and living what inspires us. And then that's when we can really give back and ignite humanity as well.
I so agree with you, because people feel like slowing down means getting less done. And I think that's actually the opposite. When you slow down, you become more intentional, you become more focused, you become more directional. Slowing down doesn't mean you do less. I will share with you, of course, when you're a tourist and you're traveling to another destination, you look at all the things and you think, oh, I want to take some of those home. But I really challenged myself, as you said, about things that, did I really need that to take that home? And so there were some beautiful things that I just took the time to notice them and examine them and look at them and admire them and appreciate them and value them, but I didn't have to buy them and take them home. And I thought that was a really great practice, because often there is so much beautiful things in the world, just the trees, the flowers, the beach. There's a lot here in Bali to enjoy. But you bring up a very good point that we don't need all those things to feel full inside. And I think a lot of women are, used to obtaining a lot of things that make them feel better, or they want to gather things. At the same time, they want to give things. Can you share a little bit more about that centeredness that women can really step into, and men, of course, feeling that centeredness, feeling that okayness in themselves, so that it isn't about the things?
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Well, to me, it is really all about balance. And so having that balance of that yin and that yang, so that masculine energy and that, going out and attaining stuff and doing things and achieving and striving and working hard and all of those, we need those attributes. We need that yang masculine energy. And that's all about, acquiring things as well. But then it's that balance of the yin energy that needs to come in. And we forget about this in our modern world, where everyone's so busy and striving and getting, stuff, like you said, and being able to have more. And so that energy of yin is very much being more gentle on ourselves, being more receptive, being more open to receiving. And in that space, it's more about, like you just said now, it's more about enjoying the beauty and the even the little trinkets in Bali, and just enjoying that for the moment. And so the yin is really about, tuning in to ourselves, to nature, to each other, and having that balance of that yin and yang is, to me, is the most important thing that we can really achieve. And so, how do we bring that balance into our lives? And there's so many tools to do this. And one thing that I have had, and this is part of my journey over so many years, is yoga has been that for me. So yoga has brought me back into alignment and back into balance. And obviously yoga isn't just about doing the poses and looking good on Instagram. It really is about meditation and tuning into ourselves, and how do we live that life of balance. And yoga's been one of the biggest tools for me to be able to help support me on that journey as well.
Can you talk a little bit about yoga in the sense that, like, I always think of it, there's this ability to create this snapshot, like sitting on the beach, hearing the waves, smelling the beautiful air, hearing the birds. You can create this beautiful mental snapshot in your life of being in Bali, being anywhere actually. And then yet when you're meditating in your living room, or, in downtown or wherever you are, you can create, like, reignite that mental snapshot. Can you share a little bit about that? Because a lot of people are saying, oh, I can't get on a plane and fly to Bali. You two are so lucky. That's not my life. Can we talk about how you can be anywhere and create this mental snapshot of what you want your life to look like?
Definitely. And that's what I love about yoga, is you can do this anywhere. And it's not about your external environment. It really is about, going inward. And I love exactly what you said about people say, you're so lucky because you're there in Bali. I have this often. And I love to say, well, actually, I'm not lucky. I've made choices that have allowed me to get to this space. And I had very difficult experiences in my life, and I chose the right thing for me because I was tuning into that intuition that allowed me to be here and to experience what you see now, which is, these beautiful locations, being able to sit on the beach and meditate. But through the hard work and going through those hardships, whether it was being in a difficult external environment and internal environment, having the yoga practice and the meditation really helped support me in that process. And you can do yoga anywhere. And I would love to share a story now with,
Mm-hmm.
being able to, because I'm from South Africa. So teaching yoga in South Africa was a big part of my journey. And that's what my Follow the Sun business was at that time with my women's wellness company. But at the same time, I was volunteering and teaching yoga to the kids in the township. So for 5 years, I volunteered on a weekly basis and taught yoga through the Earth Child Project. And it's an incredible NGO that supports children at the schools in the townships. And every week I would go and teach yoga to these kids. Now, as you said, we see yoga being this beautiful, environment on the beach in Bali, and everybody thinks this is amazing. And that's how they see yoga nowadays. But teaching kids yoga in the townships where literally yoga was saving their life, and I had the children tell me that
Mm-hmm.
is what I was like, wow, this is not just, if they can do it, anybody can. And, the kids were literally saying to me that, it helped them, the yoga helped them, because when they were hearing the gunshots outside, or, these kids were literally being raped by family members, and it happens all the time. And so they said they would get scared and they would run to their friend's house and they would take out the yoga mat and they would do some yoga together, because it helped them, bringing them back to peace. And another girl that I was mentoring through the Earth Child Project, her and I went through such a beautiful journey together, and she was one of the kids at the school that I was teaching. And the one day I remember being late, and I arrived, and there she was teaching the class, and she was still a child. And I remember saying to her, like, Soso, her name's Sonwabisa, but we call her Soso. It's Soso, I love that you are up in the class and wanting to teach. And she said, I want to be a yoga teacher, because it's made such a difference to her. And we've got this beautiful video that we created of her where she literally says that yoga saved her life because she learned to respect her body. And so she didn't fall pregnant when she was 16, like all her other friends. And so she's learned about how to really tune into herself and respect herself. And what happened is that she had this opportunity to be able to go and become a yoga teacher in Kenya, and it was all sponsored. And I remember her phoning me on the Saturday and saying, I can't go. And she was flying on the Monday. And I said, so what do you mean you can't go? And she said, no, well, I don't have enough money for the yellow fever injection. I didn't realize I needed the vaccination. And that was going to cost, it's the equivalent of 2 million rupiah. So I'm trying to think of what that is in dollars. It's probably like $200 or so.
$20.
Oh, yeah. Okay, less, yeah. And so she said to me, so I said, don't worry, leave it with me. And at that time, I had this amazing community of women, and I just messaged them all. And I said, ladies, we've got to get Soso to go and make sure she does this training. Like, this isn't an option. And so we gathered together, and I managed to, we all came together beautifully. And within 24 hours, I had the money in a bank account. I was like, go and do this training. And she went to Kenya, she did the training. But before that, I said to her, listen, so these ladies have always given to the Earth Child Project. I don't want this to just be a money transaction for them. What can you give back in return? And so she said, no, she'd love to come back and do a gratitude yoga class for them once she's a yoga teacher. So when she came back, it was amazing because we organized this whole event, and there she was standing in front of this class, and she's this shy girl. At that stage, I think she was about 18. She's so shy, she hardly says any words. She was standing in front of the class, and she has such a good sense of humor. She was like the best yoga teacher I've experienced as such a newbie, and she loved it. I literally cried through the whole session, and I just thought, like, that's the power of yoga. And now she's back there teaching her community and the townships. And so, I've mentored her so much through that process as well. And so that's just an example of, if they can do yoga, then so can we. It doesn't matter where we at and where we are. The power of it is so enormous. And when I run my retreats, we always giving back to the community somehow. So in the past, when I was doing my retreats, we would sponsor one of the children to do yoga weekly at the Earth Child Project. And the one morning I said to my ladies, I was like, okay, challenge for you ladies. We're doing 108 sun salutes this morning. And because when I was doing my own personal journey, which was like my own eat, pray, love journey in 2010, and that was the first time I came to Bali. I was in India and Bali, and I was doing yoga for charity. So I did 4,644 sun salutes in 9 months. And so doing 108 sun salutes one morning, like I knew how long that would take. So I brought that into the retreat. And the ladies were so like, they were like, oh my word, we can't do this. And so, but we said when they were really finding it challenging, I said to them, I said, just realize, look at those kids back in the townships that we know so well and that we've been, supporting. I said, imagine their life. Their life is so much more challenging to us. You're on a beach in Bali doing 108 sun salutes that feels challenging for you right now. What are they dealing with? And so I said, dedicate your sun salutes to them. And that was so powerful because then we realized it's not just about us, it's about other people as well. And how can we get through challenging times by supporting, the people that cannot do it for themselves. So that's what yoga's been for me. It's about, yes, doing it in peaceful environments and calm spaces, which I try and find as much as possible. But if it means that I'm doing it in, a loud, noisy environment, then that's what happens. And I always just think of the kids back at home and, what they're having to enjoy as well.
Well, you are just a perfect example. And that entire story is really the whole reason why we do this show, the whole reason why I want to ignite humanity, because it proves that one person can touch the life of another person, that can touch the life of another person, that can go on to be inspired to do something that will then touch the lives of other people. And I just think that it's such a beautiful example of you igniting humanity and then having the power to ignite somebody else. And that's one of the main principles of it, one of our key principles of igniting humanity. We have 7 humanity principles, and one of them really is ignite your own life so that you can ignite someone else's life, so that they can ignite their life to go out and ignite someone else's life. And it really shows the ripple effect. And so thank you so much for sharing that story, because many of us feel like we just, we don't have the impact, we don't have the influence. And yes, we do. Just one person, you influenced that one person and she went on to do something, and now so many other children will be influenced by her gift. And so bravo. Thank you so much. Well, tell people a little bit about how they can participate with you, or some of the things that you like to do with them. I know you're doing wellness and events and retreats. We'll put up your URL on the screen below, but share a little bit so our viewers know how and what they can learn from you.
Thank you. Yes, well, I've got my own Redesign Your Life program, which I created, which is essentially, and this is a beautiful example of how this all happened. It literally was me creating space in my life. So after having gone through my own burnout recovery process and learning this all for myself, then I was on, and you will appreciate this, Debbie, because you were there. It was on a tropical island. So I was on Gili Air on my stand-up paddleboard. I'd been out in the ocean for like 2 hours just floating around and, in nature, not with anybody else around. And I literally had like this huge, big download that came through into me. And I had done so much healing over that. It was probably about 2 years that I'd really spent healing myself. And this download came in and I was like, oh my word, this is the process. This is what I need to be sharing with other women. And so it was this whole beautiful step-by-step process. It's like this roadmap. And it's a combination of everything that I've learned from the ancient healing tools of yoga, meditation, Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, the chakras. And so combining all of that with the modern life coaching tools and science-based philosophies as well. And so bringing all of that together is essentially my Redesign Your Life program. And I call it the 5-step path to living yinly. Because that's essentially what it is. It's like, how do we bring more yin to our yang so we can stress less and live more and live our best life? And so that program is either done as an online course, which is there for people to choose to do whenever they feel ready, or they can do it as one-on-one coaching with me, or they can come and join me in Bali on a retreat, and essentially then they're getting to experience it for themselves, but then, really embodying it as well, and then learning the process, and then obviously giving back through the retreat as well. So yeah, I've got a retreat coming up in October. I've got one, we're doing a yoga safari in South Africa as well, because I want to be able to give back to my country. And that retreat is in August, and that's literally 100% is going back to charity. So it's going to the CCFA, which is about conservation, and then also to a community project helping souls as well. So yeah, it's about, how can we do it all? But the whole thing is that we've got to look after ourselves first. And so I'm here, I feel like I'm like this cheerleader in the world to be able to support women going through their own Eat, Pray, Love journey. So if they're feeling depleted or stressed out or overwhelmed, or, have just wanting to, just got out of some toxic relationship or work situation and don't know what to do next, I'm like, okay, ladies, I've done this for myself. I've done this with hundreds of women in the world. I know that this works. How can I support you? And of course, I've got, it's not all about just coming to work with me. I've got so much beautiful free content as well. So there's a free masterclass for the ladies that I love you, or not only ladies, men as well, to share, which is essentially about how to stress less and live more. And yeah, how do we live our best life?
It sounds fantastic. And what I love about it is there's that give back component. You're caring about the environment. You're caring about the country that you're in. And I would love to know more. I'm so excited and planning to actually go to South Africa next summer. So that might be a fantastic fit. And what I love, folks, is just this is a perfect example. Shawnee was on the beach. I was here. We connected. We started talking. We exchanged information. Now we really are adoring what each other's doing. Now she's chatting on the show. Now we're going to do something else. Something else will grow from it. Something else will grow from it. That's the power of connecting with others. And so when you see somebody or you hear somebody or something interests you, follow that intuition, follow that drive, go after that yes, and find out more, because it showed up in your life for a reason. And so thank you for showing up in my life, because now I know that there's more to come for us and there's more things that can unfold. I just would love, is there anything that you can leave our listeners, our viewers with, that they can just settle into their heart and go forward after the show is over, feeling a little bit more ignited in their lives?
Definitely. What I'd love to share is just, living your best life isn't for just a select few. It is for you too. So don't deny your magic. It's time to redesign your life so we can all stress less and live more and step into your light. It's so important. And by us doing that, that's how we ignite humanity. It's about making that change for ourselves first, and then we can then make that change in the world. And so it really is time to, really slow down and tune in and let go and wake up and live your best life, and really listen to your intuition about how to do that. And JB, there was such a beautiful example, because when we met the night before, because I really believe in working with the cycles of nature as well. It's a very big part of my life and my program. And on that Sunday night, the night before, it was a full moon session, and we did this beautiful full moon ceremony, and I was manifesting who can I partner up with and who I'm really ready for this now, and I want to really go out and tell the story. And then the next morning I find you on the beach, and here we are a week later doing the show. I'm just like, I love the power of manifestation and intuition.
And now I'm going to come to South Africa and do the yoga safari, and it's all going to unfold. So absolutely, I love that you manifested this beautiful relationship. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
You got it. We'll pop up your URL one more time, people and folks, if they can find you and discover more what you're up to. All right. Well, blessings, everyone, and take care. Have a fantastic day. We're coming to you from Bali. We hope that you go out and ignite your lives. Big hugs and kisses to you.
Now, more than ever, we need to come together to connect with one another. We need to feel the truth in who we are and let go of everything that's happened in the past. We need to empower every person on the planet and awaken hearts, enliven souls, come together, laugh, play, rejoice, connect, create, and love. It's time to ignite humanity. We want you to be a part of something that will impact the future for everyone. We want you to tell your story, share your Ignite moment, show people who you truly are. Be a part of igniting humanity and making a difference in the world and all of our futures.